Be alert, because something is happening in the sky today that most people won't even notice. But you will, because this call is for you. On April 24th, the universe is witnessing a silent but powerful alignment. It is a change that is invisible to the eye, but felt with the soul. Venus and Saturn meet on the same line. This is not just a conjunction of two planets. This is a time to face destiny, redefine love, and go beyond inner boundaries. Many will miss this energy. In their daily hustle and bustle, they will pass by without hearing the whisper of the sky. But you will feel this shift, because this alignment is coming to trigger the transformation within you. In a moment, I will tell you what this rare celestial event can change in your life, what journey it is calling you on. Now, take a deep breath, because this is not just one day. This is the beginning. Before we move on, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write 777 in the comments. This number has tremendous energy and will increase your energy. Now let's get started. This alignment is not an ordinary celestial event. Venus represents heartfelt love, aesthetic sense, and close relationships, while Saturn is the teacher of structure, boundaries, and responsibility. When these two planets come together, the universe is calling us to face our emotions and connect more deeply. No more superficial bonds, no more fleeting desires. This alignment is a time to question the basis of our relationships. Are they real, or are we just living an illusion? This energy is coming to liberate you from old patterns. You may need to step out of your comfort zone, but this discomfort is meant to free you from burdens you can't carry, relationships that drag you down, beliefs that limit you. The universe is moving you to firmer, truer foundations. Venus is calling you to open your heart, and Saturn is calling you to put that love on a foundation. Beyond romantic relationships, this influence sheds light on every connection in your life, your relationship with yourself, your boundaries, your commitments. Don't be afraid of difficulties. Some truths may hit you in the face during this process, but this is coming to strengthen you. This alignment wants to introduce you to a form of love that is not only emotional, but also stable and conscious. As you open your heart, you must also solidify your roots. So in this process, you will realize what you need to hold on to, as well as what you need to let go of. This celestial union also opens an unseen door, the door of transformation. To pass through this door, you must leave behind beliefs that diminish you, toxic cycles, and habits that sabotage you. This is a passage into your most authentic self. As you go through this door, you will notice small shifts in your energy field. Suppressed emotions may come to the surface. You may face fears you have been hiding. But this is where the real healing begins. New opportunities are also part of this transit. It's a time to make deeper connections, reclaim your inner strength, and bring more meaning to your life. You are at a threshold where you will realize what is really important in your life. Not only love, but career, purpose, and inner balance also fall under this energy. What do you really want to build? What do you have your heart set on? This process also asks you to confront your self-worth. How long have you put off your own needs? Where have you been silent when you should have said no? Now is the time to say, enough is enough. It's time to set boundaries with love and honor your self-worth. Because this alignment is a call to take ownership of yourself on both a spiritual and physical level. And at the deepest level, there is a spiritual aspect to this portal. If you are ready for inner transformation, this energy can lead you to awakening. But this requires patience, courage, and a willingness to face your shadows. It is a process of making peace with the darkness within and shining your light. This is where true transformation begins. The key to this journey is surrender. Stop trying to solve everything. Let go of the need to control. The universe is guiding you. Everything is progressing as it should. Every step you take right now moves you towards a deeper consciousness, a stronger self, and a greater purpose. So what happens now? As the Venus and Saturn conjunction activates, keep your eyes and heart open. During this period, the universe will send you signs, sometimes seemingly coincidental, sometimes with a gut feeling. Each one will try to tell you something. This celestial event is a call to let go of the old and move to a new foundation, to a purer and more authentic self. How you use this energy now is entirely up to you. You can either pass through this door, face the transformation that awaits you, and accept the guidance of the universe, or you can fear the magnitude of this change and retreat. The decision is yours. But remember, this is a rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This conjunction on April 24th activates not only relationships in the traditional sense, but also the connection to divine love. This celestial meeting can deepen not only the love between people, but also our connection to divine love. During this period, your heart can be drawn not only to your loved ones, but also to the infinite love that surrounds you. Love these days can transcend the boundaries of the body and flow into the soul, consciousness, and divine source. Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and Saturn is the planet of karmic lessons and responsibility. When these two combine, an energy emerges that both grounds you and lifts your spirit. This special alignment not only questions earthly love, but also invites you to a more sacred understanding of love. It is no coincidence that this energy occurs just before Easter, because this period is a symbol of rebirth, forgiveness, and pure love. Just like the resurrection of Christ, this conjunction can be a resurrection of the heart. For many who feel this energy, this time period can mark a spiritual awakening. Your heart begins to open not only to others, but also to the divine. A love may awaken in you that you didn't realize before. A love that is unconditional, non-judgmental, and limitless. If there are still fears, insecurities, or shadows of the past in your heart, this conjunction calls you to face them and transform them with love. It is as if the universe is asking you, are you really ready to open up to love, despite all the difficulties? Today, love in all its forms, earthly or divine, can become more visible to you. A mother's love, the loyalty of a friend, or the compassion of the Creator. Maybe you want to pray. Maybe you want to turn inward and connect silently. These energies can take you to the deepest parts of your soul. As you are softened by Venus's love, Saturn teaches you fidelity, responsibility, and continuity in love. At the same time, your connection with yourself comes to the fore. While Venus asks you, how much do you love yourself? Saturn adds, do you put this love into action? It's time to accept and embrace the aspects of yourself that you have been alienated from, the feelings you have neglected, the desires you have postponed. It's time to reflect the love within you, both to yourself and to the world. In this process, you need to make peace with your heart, mend your broken pieces, and embrace your true self with compassion. And of course, you may feel closer to a patient, compassionate, and inclusive love, as Christ demonstrated through his life. Saturn's instructive energy advises you to put this love into practice, to take responsibility and support the people you truly care about. Venus makes you recognize this love in beauty, in nature, in small acts of kindness, and in the simple miracles of life. Because true love is everywhere, only for those who can see it. in relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendly. The conjunction of Venus and Saturn makes us ask the question, which bonds are really worth our effort and loyalty? Which relationships are based on mutual love and respect? And where do we need to draw healthier boundaries? Saturn's grounding influence can show us sometimes painful truths, but it also illuminates where love can truly flourish. This day can be a turning point. It's time to commit not only to love, but to well-grounded relationships that align with your core values, and to release the ties that hold you down, that block your spiritual growth. But the energy of April 24th is not limited to earthly relationships. This celestial alignment calls us to realign with the divine source of love. It doesn't matter if you are a believer or simply on a spiritual journey. Today is a time to reflect on the love that both comes to you and overflows from you. This love is both individual and universal, both human and divine. As Venus and Saturn conjoin in the sky, they invite you to take a step up, to realize that love is not just a feeling, but a divine bond that connects all of existence. Today is the day to open your heart not only to others, but to the divine love that is ever present. Maybe there were moments when you couldn't feel this love, maybe you didn't feel worthy. But now, it is time to put aside all your fears, all your inner barriers. Know that you are worthy to receive this love, and when you accept it into your heart, your path will become brighter. Yes, the door is open. Are you ready to walk through this door? Do you have the courage to truly accept the highest form of divine love? April 24th is not just an event in the sky, it is an invitation, a sacred opportunity to heal, to open your heart, to call you to step into a higher frequency of love. Don't be afraid of this transformation, because this is exactly what will change you. Love itself. And now, I would like to give you 3 golden suggestions to align with this powerful energy. If you have read this far, these steps are absolutely essential. On the morning of April 24th, when you woke up, write down the first thing that came to your mind. What popped into your mind at that moment? Was it a divine feeling, a loved one, or a thought about your work? Never if. Something may be changing inside you. Maybe a thought, maybe an old memory. Even if you are not aware of it, a great inner transformation is taking place. Each moment brings you closer to an awareness. Later in the night, you may feel a deeper emotional connection with Jesus Christ than you have ever experienced. Maybe you want to call out to him like a child. I love you. Maybe you will want to give thanks more sincerely than you ever have before. Tonight, you will be embraced by a feeling of love that reaches to the deepest corners of your heart. Maybe on the outside, it will seem like life is going on in an ordinary way, but inside you, a very different dimension will have opened up. This awareness, this experience is very valuable. So pay attention to how you feel when you wake up in the morning, because this is not just one day, it can be a turning point. Listen to the quiet voices inside you during that day. At every moment of the day, there may be a call from the depths of your heart. Sometimes it's a thought, sometimes a feeling, sometimes a wave of emotion for no reason. When that moment comes, stop and listen. What is your heart telling you? This date may seem ordinary, but it is actually very special. You may experience an inner restlessness, a sudden realization, or a leap of consciousness. Maybe you will be reminded of a depth you haven't felt in a year of relationship. Maybe a subject you haven't thought about for years will suddenly appear before your eyes. And that moment can be a key of acceptance for you. An inner evolution can begin at that moment, even if you don't realize it. When you feel lonely that day, just pray, silently, as it comes from within. Even if you want to talk, Talk only to yourself, because on that day you will feel that even if you feel alone, you are never alone. Open your heart to the divine guidance and just try to feel the magnitude of that love. At that moment, you can feel the spiritual presence of Jesus Christ with you. A state of pure love can envelop your whole being. When you realize that He is with you every moment, praying for you, you will feel that very special, very precious. Every drop that falls from your eyes will be part of your inner growth. My third advice: forgive that night. Release the heaviness in your heart, the anger and resentments that weigh you down. Forgiveness on the night of April 24th is not just an act. It is also an opportunity for spiritual purification. Whatever has accumulated inside you, anger, disappointment, broken hearts, tell it all to God. It should be a conversation that should only take place between you and the Creator. No one else's, only yours, with the depth of your inner world. As you look into their eyes, have compassion for the people who have hurt you, just as you have compassion for yourself. Because forgiveness doesn't just liberate other people, it liberates you. The people who hurt you may have come into your life to teach you a lesson, but you don't have to carry their burden anymore. What you need is to lighten your heart, to free your soul. When you release those burdens from your heart, only peace will remain. In this process, maybe you will also realize the wounds you haven't realized for years, the resentments you have suppressed. But at that moment, you will realize that forgiveness is not only forgiving someone else, but also forgiving yourself. Many of you have lived without being able to fully enjoy life because of the thoughts, anger, and disappointments you have been carrying inside. But on the night of April 24th, with the act of forgiveness, you will all experience a great sense of liberation. At that moment, you will feel lighter, more spacious. It is as if you have suddenly let go of that invisible burden that you have been carrying on your back for years. And once you have done this, those old anger and resentments will be so far away that they will no longer be able to touch you. Tonight, don't think about anyone. Forgive everyone who has hurt, offended, or wronged you. Hand them all over to God and never let them hold a place in your heart again. Forgiveness is necessary not only to find inner peace, but also to develop a deeper love for others. Tonight, make room in your heart for only love. Remember, forgiveness is not just an act against a person, it is an inner covenant of peace with God. Make that peace that night. Forgive yourself. Forgive your life. And move on in a lighter, more peaceful way. Relationships can work like a mirror during this period. You are going through a process where you are questioning yourself, the other person, and the bond between you. Maybe the questions that you have been asking for a long time but could not name are now clearer. Do I really love this person? Or does this relationship nourish me? Or am I just drifting in a pattern I am used to? But perhaps the most profound questioning is directed more towards his own reality than towards external relationships. Who am I? What do I really want? What am I waiting for? And who is giving me the value I deserve? When you answer these questions with honesty from the deepest part of your heart, a transformation is inevitable. Perhaps you will feel as if the foundations of a long-standing structure are being shaken. But remember, this shaking is not coming to tear you down, but to rebuild you. Relationships are no longer limited to romantic ties. Your relationship with yourself, with your beliefs, with the sacred, even with the world, is being questioned. And that's why, during this period, listen to your heart. Measure the truth of what you feel with your intuition, not logic. Because now is not the time to pretend, it is the time to be real. Every questioning during this period of awareness brings you one step closer to your truth. So don't let these questions scare you. On the contrary, let them liberate you. Each step you take on this inner journey will bring you a little closer to your own essence. Maybe the questions you have been searching for answers to for a long time will suddenly become clear. Maybe, for the first time in your life, you will realize what you really want. That's why the night of April 24th is not just an astrological transit. It is also a doorway to a spiritual awakening. Listen to your heart. It may whisper something to you tonight. A seemingly small feeling may lead you to a big realization. With this realization, you will no longer accept anything in your life as it is. Not your relationships, not yourself, not your choices. You will want to live everything more consciously, more aware, and more from the heart. Because once your heart hears the vibration of truth, you can no longer silence the false. Tonight, instead of asking the universe for something maybe for the first time, with complete surrender, it is time to say, I am ready. I am ready to change. I am ready to let go of the past. I am ready to accept a higher love, a purer life. This surrender will rebirth you, not only emotionally, but energetically. And remember, tonight is not just about you. This energy carries a collective transformation. When you open your heart, you are actually sending a prayer for all of humanity. With each person you forgive, the world becomes a little lighter. Every emotion you release clears a burden from the collective consciousness. Therefore, transformation within yourself is actually a sacred act that works in favor of the entire universe. Your inner answer to the question, who am I, will no longer be based on your past identities and roles imposed on you, but on the core frequency of your soul. And maybe in that moment, for the first time, you will truly say, this is who I am. No more, no less, in a pure, divine wholeness. At this point, you will be more conscious in choosing the people you will let into your life and the emotions you will hold in your heart. Because now, you know, every connection is a frequency, and you want to open yourself only to the frequencies that lift your soul. If you cry tonight, let the tears flow, because this crying is not a weakness, it is a strength. It is the cleansing of your heart. It is the rebirth of your soul. And remember, you are not alone tonight. There is a love that listens to you every time you pray. There is a divine power that surrounds you, that sees you, that hears you. Maybe invisible to the eye, but felt with the heart. So don't spend this night like any other night. Recognize it, live it. Turn it into a sacred moment of transformation. Because tonight, not only the stars may be speaking to you, but also the heart of God. And are you quiet enough to hear, open enough to feel? Stepping into higher consciousness may not always seem like a grandiose event. Sometimes it's just the peace of mind that comes in the silence. Sometimes it's the realization that a memory that hurt you in the past no longer hurts. That's when the ascension begins. Tonight, the light of your soul will shine brighter. Perhaps for the first time, you will stop seeking external validation and realize that the divine being within already loves you, already is enough. This is the key that opens the door to higher consciousness, to realize your own self-worth, independent of the outside world. You are now ready to go beyond the patterns that govern your life, because higher consciousness comes with awareness, not just knowledge. And this awareness calls you to create your own reality. Tonight, a thin veil may be lifting between the old you and the new you. Maybe your old belief systems, your thought patterns that limit you, are dissolving one by one. And you are meeting a me that you have never known before. This me is strong, loving, and knows that it is created in the image of God. You will see the world differently now because you see yourself differently. With this transformation, the meaning of life will begin to change for you. What used to satisfy you will no longer feed your soul. Your heart will seek a truer, deeper, more divine experience. And when you find it, no earthly achievement will be able to replace it. Because living in higher consciousness means that you are no longer interested in just existing, but in radiating light into the world with your existence. Tonight is the night to feel and spread that light. Recognize that sacred energy shining in the depths of your soul and reflect it not only for yourself, but for the whole world.